I am in very good shape, 55. I rarely drink. I don't smoke, and I eat very clean. I'm an athlete. I've used the Phoenix for 13 treatments now. I've not experienced spontaneous erections nor better erections whatsoever. And trust me, I wanted to. I was told by one of your sales reps to continue using device along with the pumping for a duration of 90 days, 24 treatments. In addition, I'm slated to be part of the SHOCKWAVE trials conducted by the University of Miami. They use a Renova machine. When I spoke to the head of urology, Dr. Ramasay, who is the chief investigator in various clinical trials, very clear that GAINSWave, and more specifically the Phoenix, is not the real SHOCKWAVE. It's not the type of SHOCKWAVE respected and validated in clinical data is based on. Can you please comment on all of the above?
Well, there's only two things to address here. One is he's saying that, he's not experiencing any benefit whatsoever, and that he's very clean. He doesn't smoke, right? So I'm not experienced much. So this guy's part of the 10%, right? Here's what I'll say. There's a couple of other things that are probably going on. Either one, he's having performance anxiety, right? He's not in the right, mental state of mind. Or two, his hormones are not balanced, right? So he might have, low testosterone or whatever. So other than that, if he's pretty healthy, he's physically healthy, right? But what about your hormones? And again, more often than not, performance anxiety is happening, right?
Yep.
So it's one of the two. If it's not performance anxiety, he needs to have his hormones looked at, right? So I hope that addresses that issue. And then the second one is about Dr. Ramasamy, who's the going to be part of or conducting these clinical trials. Here's what I'll say. For him to say that that GAINSWave, and more specifically the Phoenix, is not a real SHOCKWAVE, come on, what do you think he's going to say, right? GAINSWave, first of all, is most of the GAINSWave doctors are using the Storz Deactor device, right? Because it works. And there are clinical studies that have been done using the Storz Deactor device, right? That show that it's efficacious, right? This guy's never used the Phoenix. He's never used it on a patient. So, for him to say it's not respected and validated in clinical studies is false, right? And I'll tell you right now, I have 3 Storz Deactor units going in my clinic all day long, just like I stated before. And again, an overwhelming majority of our patients do see a very clear benefit and much better erections after they go through the protocol. So I can tell you right now, I own a clinic and I see it every day. That's all I can say.
I got you. Also, just to let the audience know, I actually talked to this particular gentleman on the phone.
Yeah.
And we got in deep to his issues. And he agreed with me that he thought that it is probably performance anxiety after we really talked about it and really got into it.
Guys, if it's not a blood flow issue, let me just jump in right here. There's several different factors. As you know, sex is it's very dynamic. There's a lot of things happening, right? So like you said earlier, is the Phoenix and acoustic wave therapy or shockwave therapy, whether you do it at home with the Phoenix or you go into a clinic, it will definitely affect the blood flow issue, right? And a lot of guys that experience true ED, right, or just want better performance, we address the blood flow issue. It clears the microplaque out of the blood vessels and helps grow new tissue and rejuvenate weak blood vessels. Okay, now put that piece to the side, right? So this gentleman, again, like I said, is probably suffering from some type of anxiety, performance anxiety, and it is a very real thing. So now we're into the silo. There's 3 silos: blood flow, right? There's the mental and emotional side, and then there's the chemical side, which is your hormones, right? So when you start talking about the mental state, performance anxiety, a lot of it has to do with the serotonin, the dopamine release, how you feel about that person. Right, it can definitely have an effect, especially if you have an incident one night, right, where maybe you had one too many drinks or too many glasses of wine, and Mr. Willie wasn't working so well. Guess what's going to happen the next time? They're going to think about that and be like, oh shit, I better be able to perform. then it gets into your head, right? That blood flow has nothing to do with that, right? That is 100% mental and emotional, right? And there
Yes.
are ways to overcome that, just like the spirit of the phoenix can help you do, right? It can help address that. Then let's say it's not that. Get your hormones checked, guys. There might be something happening there. And I'm not saying you have low testosterone. Maybe something else is going on, right?
Right.
So maybe there's some imbalance with estrogen, because guys do need a little bit of estrogen, right? Maybe there's something else happening there. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep, and hormones are contributing to that, right? So again, when you're talking about acoustic wave therapy, it will address one thing and one thing only, and that's blood flow, right? There are other factors at play here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, that's, as you mentioned, Spirit of the Phoenix. As long as you send that receipt in, that you purchase through us, then we're going to send that to you. We address performance anxiety. We address the hormonal issues, blood flow getting to the penis, all these other things that can affect your erections. So it's an amazing device. I mean, it really, it's like a power tool for that one specific thing, right? But that one specific thing is a critical factor. There's certain things that will help your erections, and there's certain things that are critical to your erections. Blood flow going into the penis and staying in the penis is a critical factor. It has to happen. And even if you don't get the Spirit of the Phoenix, there's lots of free videos right here on this YouTube channel that addresses performance anxiety, hormonal levels, that type of thing, for free. And also to let you know, I've got an assessment that's coming up. We're calling it the Xander Holt assessment, which you just take this little assessment and it will help you identify where your issues may be coming from, like, for instance, performance anxiety. So you can focus on those while you're doing something like the Phoenix. To learn more about the Phoenix, click the link below to join our free video series answering all your questions on the Phoenix. It also gets you a $50 off coupon if you decide to purchase the Phoenix, and it makes you eligible to get the Spirit of the Phoenix for free when you use our affiliate link to purchase. Click the link below and we will keep you updated on all the new information on the Phoenix.